So the new skill system, or I should say the skill system for Titan Quest 2 looks really fun. I've seen Zizaran and Wrecked by Protoss play a bit, and that is one of the skills that I took notice of was the Ice Shard skill, where you can actually invest not just in the skill, but into certain aspects of the skill to make it better, and you can focus on what part of the skill you want to make better, which I think is better than all those other skills where, oh, I'm going to put 20 points into this skill, or I'm going to make this skill level up to level 20 or 15 or 16. And all it really does is just increase the damage and increase the cost of the spell. I find that boring. I find that he's like, you could do better than that. And Titan Quest came along and says, yeah, we can. And one of the aspects of Ice Shard that I really liked was the homing ability. You know, the increased projectiles, sure, okay, now you're launching more than one projectile, more than a few projectiles. You know, you can go up to quite a few. Okay, now you have it where they pierce. So that means if there's multiple enemies lined up in a row, it'll pierce a couple of them, or depending on what level the piercing is, you know, might only be one, might be a couple. That's something that's really freaking cool. But the homing aspect of it, combine all of them, just imagine like 6 projectiles homing in on the enemy and then piercing a bunch of them if there's like a large amount of enemies. That is freaking phenomenal. It gives me hope for the other skills in the game. Like, how can minions benefit from a skill where you can actually choose what area of the skill you want to focus in on? You know, being able to summon more of them, maybe reducing the cooldown of the spell, maybe not just summoning more of them, but summoning more of them at one time, maybe increasing the quality of the skeletons or the undead minions, you know, so now instead of just regular generic skeletons, you might get mages thrown in there, archers, or like knights, like a death knight. You know, that kind of potential right there is just, I'm like, okay, I gotta wait and see how they're gonna execute on this, because something like that is really freaking cool. And what about other skills? You know, like, is there any skills in here that allow you to transform into another one? I don't think so. You know, the one I think that really does that was like the Diablo games. I don't think Titan Quest I'm pretty sure Grim Dawn didn't have it. Not 100% sure on Titan Quest 1. So, if they don't have it, then they're probably not going to appear in Titan Quest 2. But for a game other than Titan Quest, you know, if they were to implement something like that, where to transform into werewolf, or some other, it doesn't have to be werewolf, it could be a vampire, it could be a lich, like an undead skeleton mage or something like that. I'm just thinking, or a death knight. It doesn't have to be a lich, it could be a, you know, like actual death knight, which would be pretty interesting. That kind of you know, the kind of possibilities that you could have with a skill system like that, where you can kind of focus in on what part of that skill you want to focus in on, and then, you know, maybe focus in on other skills, you know, to kind of see what kind of build options you get, and what kind of like what skills would work well together. Like, honestly, that is something I'm looking forward to seeing in Titan Quest 2. I'm not going to be jumping into any of the demo builds or anything like that, because if I get really into it, I'm going to be disappointed when that's taken away for however long until the next demo or whatnot comes out. I'd rather just wait until it's fully released before I end up checking the game out. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think. Does the skill system in Titan Quest 2 interest you? I know it's definitely up there. It's like one of the features that kind of just made my excitement level or anticipation level for Titan Quest 2 go from like a 5 out of 10 to like a 8 out of 10. That right there is how much I value an interesting skill system. So, anywho, that's it. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day. See you guys next time. Peace.